talk a lot about things that I'm not spending money on, so I thought I would let you guys know what is on my wish list for this year and what I probably will be spending money on, or at least thinking about spending money on. Because here's the thing, you guys, minimalism is not a race to zero. It's not a race to the least. It's all about how to be intentional with what you have and managing what you want with that same level of intentionality. A lot of the times I really don't want anything at all, but there are things that I identify in my everyday life that I think could be useful, that could help me, or just make me feel good and have some fun in some way. So these are some of the things that I am going to be buying in the year of 2021. So I have a few items on my wish list for the year. Some of them are clothing, some of them have absolutely nothing to do with that. But the main thing I'm going to be trying to do this year is buy those pieces second hand, which brings me into today's sponsor, Poshmark. You guys, I am so excited to be working with them, and ever since I started using Poshmark to sell my clothes online, I really wish I discovered them sooner because it is so easy. By far, it is the easiest app I've ever used when it comes to buying and selling clothes online. In the past, when I've done closet sales, I have literally spent hours like sitting on the floor, packaging things up, weighing them, measuring them, printing shipping labels. It takes so much time. And my favorite thing about Poshmark, bar none, is that they take all of that effort out of it because they prepay for your shipping labels. All you have to do is take photos of the item, package it up, and ship it off. There's no guesswork involved. It's super easy and it saves so much time. I think a lot of people are really wary of selling their clothes online, and when you declutter, it's a lot easier to just like take it to the donation box or give it away, but you can make quite a bit of money back on your clothing that you're no longer wearing anymore by selling it online and putting in that extra effort. It really is the most effortless way I've sold my clothing in the past. And I've already done a few declutters this year, and every time I go to declutter, I'm gonna be using Poshmark because it just saves so much time. They are available in Canada, the US, and Australia. So if you wanna give Poshmark a try, you can use the link in the description down below, download the app to your phone, and start shopping and buying and selling secondhand today. Yeah, but it's really you guys who got me turned on to the idea of using secondhand shopping as an option to either fill the gaps in my wardrobe, to find replacements, and to just buy things secondhand because it saves money, it's definitely more sustainable, and so many of you have told me about the amazing finds that you guys got just by shopping secondhand. So I think it's a great tool to have in your toolbox when it comes to intentional shopping, and a great way to stick to your budget. So thank you to Poshmark for sponsoring this video, and let's get into the pieces that are on my wish list for 2021. The first thing that I am looking to buy this year is SPF workout clothing. So you guys, I take my sun protection pretty seriously. I've been watching a lot of Dr. Dre, so I'm getting into reapplying sunscreen throughout the day. I just put it right on top of my makeup in case anyone was wondering. So far, so good. But here in Toronto, we are still in lockdown. So for the foreseeable future, we're gonna be staying home. So that means with the weather getting nicer here, I really want to optimize and spend as much time outside as I can. We want to move our workouts outside. Maybe I'll take up jogging, even though I hate running. But for me, sun protection is so important. So the more time I spend outside, not only do I want to rely on sunscreen, but I want to rely on some really good SPF protective clothing. And so I've been doing a little bit of research too, and I think with SPF clothing, that does add a really great added sun protection factor. But if clothing is really tightly woven, for example, like spandex, it does offer a level of good sun protection. So I am really gonna be looking for actual like sun protecting grade workout clothing, or just go for some secondhand traditional workout gear, but more long sleeve or higher neck so that any exposed areas on my body can be properly covered and protected. And it's actually my friends who got me into the idea of buying secondhand workout gear because that was never on my radar. I was always up for paying full price when it came to workout gear, but you can just search up on Poshmark like Lululemon, Girlfriend Collective. There's a lot of things that you can find secondhand that is exactly what you're looking for. So I'm gonna check out secondhand options first for both SPF workout gear and just for secondhand protective long sleeve workout gear in general. But if you guys know of any great UV clothing brands, let me know down below. And do you wear that kind of stuff? I'm curious. The second thing I am looking to buy is a proper sun hat.
She's just a regular Malibu Stacy with a stupid cheap hat.
I don't know if I want like a bucket hat or like a safari style hat or like a very fabulous wide brim Kentucky Derby hat. But again, I'm taking my sun protection seriously this year. The thing is like I walk to work and sometimes I wear like a baseball cap, but that doesn't really cover my neck properly. So I wanted to sort of just level up my sun protection this year and get me a proper wide brim hat. I think there's something a little fabulous about just having a big wide brim hat. It just feels cool. It feels like...
But she's got a new hat.
And I also really like the whole bucket hat trend, but anytime I actually look for one online, there are always these like weird, ridiculous patterns. So I might look for just like a plain black one or a plain white one. And I just saw like a little 2-year-old running around with a bucket hat. I'm like, that's a good look. I like it. And this next one I'm kind of on the fence about, and it is an oversized men's button-up shirt. You guys know I have a complicated relationship with the oversized button-up. And part of me feels like it's a fantasy self item. And part of me wants to play around with it. I think by the time this video goes up, my anti-haul may have gone up by now. And I mentioned that if I were to try out the trend again, I would much prefer to buy it secondhand or to even borrow it from like my dad or my parents, so I can take that like oversized look out for a test drive and almost test it out as like a maybe. Sometimes I will just call myself out on my own bullshit and just be like, no. And other times I kind of really just want to try it and see how it goes. That's the beauty of intentional shopping and also creating a wish list. By the time you're ready to buy something, you can reconsider whether or not you want it and go back to your true reality. I don't know what to say about it. I'm just saying that I have my eye on it. The next thing I am looking to buy, this is definitely going to be secondhand, is an outdoor patio set. I already actually sourced one out that we will be purchasing secondhand, and it's something that I've been budgeting for the past couple of months because we kind of knew that we were going to be going into lockdown. And I mentioned that I wasn't going to be spending money on any home decor, and that's because we're renting. I don't want to put money into this place that isn't our forever home, and I didn't see the rationale in putting money into that. But what I realized is that we're stuck here for the next little while. That's just a fact. And why not make it as comfortable and pleasant as we possibly can? Like, I just want to make it a good experience. And our patio, the way it is right now, it's like dusty, it's dirty, it's like old folding camping chairs that are really uncomfortable. It's like not a nice vibe to be out there. And we knew lockdown was a huge possibility this summer, so I wanted to put a little bit of money in my budget into making the patio and our balcony a more comfortable and enjoyable place to be. So maybe I'll show you like a before and after, or maybe I'll vlog the makeover on a budget or whatever when that's all done. But patio furniture, I think, is also something that I feel totally okay spending the money on. One, because we were able to get something at a lower price secondhand, and two, I think patio furniture is fairly mobile. Like, it's not a permanent fixture in your home, so it's definitely something that we can ideally take from place to place, and something that we can enjoy for many years. So I feel totally okay about doing that, and that to me is something completely different than like, you know, being like, this is out of date, I need to upgrade, or just like redecorating for the sake of it. I think the intent around those two ideas are completely different. So yeah, I think this whole video is very centered around outside time, outdoor time, just being out in the fresh air. And the final thing I'd like to buy this year is a good pair of sandals. May I have your recommendations? Because I was thinking Birkenstocks. A lot of you guys were thinking Teva. So that's it for today's video, you guys. I thought it was kind of fun to share with you sort of where my head is at in terms of like wants. I think some of them are a little bit boring and nerdy, but I don't know. That's the beauty of minimalism and intentionality. You only really look to spend money on the things you actually need or that you're actually gonna use. So for me, I don't know. It's kind of fun. Let me know what you're looking to add to your wardrobe or to your space this year. And let me know if you were able to find it secondhand, because I'm really trying to delve deep into this world. I'm not a good secondhand shopper, but I think it's a really good test of patience. I think it's an even better test of intentionality. And I think it's one of the best options for our wallets. So leave me a comment down below what great secondhand finds you found lately, or what you're thinking of adding to your wardrobe or to your space this year. Thanks again to Poshmark for sponsoring this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.